Where the light at the end of the tunnel isn't the oncoming train, this is Tell It Someone. First question, of course, is from Serious Mind. Where is that monorail going? I don't know. I've been on this monorail since the beginning of the pandemic, and I don't know where it's going. But the pandemic is it's not over, but it's over enough for us to start resuming normal life, and I want to go outside now. I think this is my stop. Well, it's disappointing. I'm in approximately the same place that I left, but I'm fatter somehow. It's the last time I spent 18 months on a monorail. Next question is from the Mikolo. Has James Pecker invited you to dinner with his workmates and their guests? Dinner for schmucks at the Peckers, Pecker. I'm sure your true nemesis will be there. Well, kind of, but I'm not actually the schmuck. Well, see, I have kept most of the money I've inherited, both dollars. Whereas Jamie Pecker, well, he started off owning an entire television network and casinos, and then he sold the television network to concentrate on the casinos, and he's lost money at the casinos, owning the casinos. Who loses money owning a casino? Some kind of loser, I think. Next question, of course, is from the Emperor Fabulous. Is it true that a washed pot never boils? Well, a washed glass, it doesn't boil. You put it in the microwave. If it's in a perfectly clean, flawless glass, you fill it with water, put it in the microwave, and it doesn't boil at all. It just sits there, getting hotter and hotter and hotter, even beyond the boiling point. And then you introduce some form of, some form of nucleus in it, and it flash boils because you put a little sugar or something, or tap the glass or something, and what happens is all of that water that has failed to boil because it couldn't change state, all of a sudden boils all at once, and you scold yourself badly. Don't do it unless you're really want to get burned badly. That's science. Matt Yabs asks, according to the children's program Button Moon, we are all going to Button Moon and we will follow Mr. Spoon. In light of this new knowledge, do you want to buy shares in my new space program? I've got $2 to invest. No, it just sounds like, another way of rich people, to go to space on somebody else's dime. I'm not doing it. Besides, there's a cow that'll take me cheaper. Next question. Armands. Do we have to stay in lockdown for the 3 billion SpongeBobs versus Goku battle? Well, there's 3 billion SpongeBobs. Look. Yes, it's Goku, but it's also SpongeBob. SpongeBob is a sponge, and sponges can take an awful lot of damage without actually suffering any consequences. So I'd put my money on the SpongeBobs. Now, we can stay in lockdown if you want, but it's so many billions of SpongeBobs that it's probably not going to even. It's probably going to happen everywhere anyway. So you're going to have a front row seat regardless, if you know what I mean. Kinda, sorta, I think. Yamin Kench asks, what the dog doing? Please elaborate. Well, I don't have a dog, I've got a cat. But the dog was over there, and he's going for a walk, and he's got a stick that big. It's so big that you can't even see the ends of it because my hands are on the other side. That's how big the stick is. And he's just dragging it along, making a line in the dirt, showing where he was, because he's that kind of dog, marking his territory. Well, okay, now he's marking his territory. He's next to the big tree and marking his territory. I should stop watching now. Next one is herbivores. If you see a lovely field with a family having a picnic and there's a nice pond in it, do you fill the pond with concrete, plough the family into the field, blow up the tree and use the leaves to make a dress for your wife who's also your brother? I don't have a brother-wife, so that's but I do all the other things. I mean, yeah. I mean, I do those things, but just for fun, not to. I'm in a field right now, but nobody's picnicking, so I can't actually test that claim. Herbivores asks, if you feed beef burgers to swans, do they float better? Well, okay. Well, I've had no experience with swans at all, like feeding them beef burgers. I mean, they do float. They do float because they're made of wood and they're witches, apparently. If I can remember the witch-finding technology thing. But other than that, no, yes. I can't remember the question. Yeah, well, they float anyway. They float on water. They don't float on air. They fly through air not by floating, but by actually flapping their wings and running across the water. It's actually they look graceful on water, and they look like badly designed airliners off the water, trying to maintain speed and velocity and stuff. And doing it successfully but not gracefully, because they've got this long neck and they sort of bob around and stuff. It's really, really weird to watch swans fly. I've lost my train of thought and I'm getting sunburned. That must mean it's it for Tell Someone for this week. If you would like to ask me a question, then ask me a question in the question asking place, which is in the traditional question asking place, which is now not in a monorail. Or you can answer this dovetail question, of course, which is here and now. And you can do other things, but I don't know what those other things are because, you know, I'm not you. I'm just some guy on the internet. Well, you're not seeing me, you're seeing like a digital representation of me. But I'm here anyway. I mean, I've really got to do something else with this channel because I'm dangerously talented. I don't have a call sign off. What if I did this?